Welcome in. Good afternoon. It's the Ticket Punchers here on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. I'm your host, Roman Kelly, joined today by my co-host here, J.R. Anderson, missing our other co-host, Curtis Phillips, as he's got some Halloween family duties he's got to tend to today. Excited to get in here and talk to you guys about the full slate of sports betting that we're going to be doing this weekend. We've got a lot of picks that we're going to be getting into, a lot of tickets we're looking to punch here this weekend. I've got to ask you, JR, how are you doing today? How's your Halloween been? Don't know, maybe having some issues with his mic here. We'll wait for him to get readjusted. But we had some pretty nice punches last night here on the Ticket Punchers. Curtis was able to hit a few different things yesterday. He had the Jalen Waddle ladder that looked good. We hit on what was it that we had? We had two different plays. I didn't hit on the Draymond Green 6+ strikeouts, unfortunately, but we do hit on the Spurs -5.5 as they win by 6, winning 107-101 last night over the Miami Heat. So we do go 1-1 on the night last night. JR, you there? Still getting JR worked out here, looks like. But Curtis was able to go undefeated last night, and JR had a handful of picks we're going to get into as well. We've got a few different things we're going to look into tonight here, though, as I believe if we got JR joining up now, still not giving him a microphone there for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to do something here on the Ticket Punchers every Friday going forward where we're going to give out a 3-leg parlay. And each leg is going to be one specific bet that each of the co-hosts here and I like on the weekend of betting. So it could be something from Friday night. It could be something from the Saturday slate of college football. It could be anything. We are going to see what each of the two other co-hosts here like. And, of course, we're going to parlay the 3 and take that bet each Friday. We're having some troubles there with JR. I'm not sure how we're going to be able to get that fixed in live time here without a break, but we're going to see what we can do. I think I may be able to get him to join here virtually. But looking into the night of betting, though, of course, we've got the Dodgers World Series looking to force a Game 7. We've got a night of NBA as well, a couple of different games we can get into in college football as well tonight. And then we're going to look into the NFL slate as well. Having some troubles getting JR on. We're going to take actually a quick little 1-minute break here and see if I can help JR get in on the show right now. Bear with us here as we'll be right back on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, the Ticket Punchers on Big X.
Roosters is the place to watch your favorite teams play. From college to the pros, Roosters has all the games. Plus, you're going to love the food at Roosters. Come watch the games and enjoy 79 cents.
Welcome back in here as we try to get JR in now. Still looking like we're having some issues here. I guess, JR, we're going to maybe have to try to get you on a different device if you've got one. Not sure what it's doing right here, right now. But it's Halloween, It's Louisville game week, and we've got a lot of different games that we're going to be able to get into and look into. Before we do that, I do want to, of course, let you guys know that we're going to take your texts, take your comments, take whatever you've got here on the Game Day Men's Health text line, and, of course, in the Real Spiel Podcast, Big X YouTube page chat. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitter, you can send it in the Twitter chat as well. Sorry about that. Whatever bets you're looking into, whatever you want us to discuss, we can get it discussed here on the Big X, on the Ticket Punchers right now. Philly sent in his picks, though, as we do finally have got JR working there. There you go, JR. Seems like we've got your microphone symbol there now.
Yep, I'm in here. Sorry, I was having some issues with the access being denied, but we're all good now. I'm in here.
No worries. We were just about to get into Philly's picks here, as he was able to send in his official punches for the weekend of betting. Obviously, we didn't get him in today as he's doing some family stuff. But, JR, I want to get straight into Philly's picks. He's got Jalen Brunson tonight, over 33.5 points and assists at -110, as the New York Knicks are back at full health, looking to get a win here tonight in the NBA Cup, as they'll be facing the Bulls in Chicago. Don't think they've got anybody too notable out. Karl-Anthony Towns listed as game time decision. Yabusele, Mitchell Robinson, all game time decisions, as they're going to be looking to get their team back out there tonight for Halloween. I don't know if all of them are going to play there. I do know that this is one thing I do know about this prop. The Bulls, while they are 4-0, have been susceptible to allowing guards to do their thing. Zach LaVine giving them 30 in their last game. Trae Young gave them 21 and 17. Obviously, they defended pretty well against Orlando, allowing Banchero to cut up. The Orlando doesn't really have the guard play out on the perimeter outside of Bane that's really going to hurt you, though. Of course, against the Bulls, letting Cade Cunningham do his thing. So while the Bulls have been better defensively than we saw last season, they still, however, have allowed a lot of points on the perimeter already this season. I love this play here from Brunson. Brunson's going to be all over the place tonight, both scoring and assisting, 33.5. It's not a high number, but it's not really a low one either. JR, how do you feel about that tonight as the Knicks face the Bulls in the NBA Cup?
Yeah, I definitely love the line. I think Brunson is an absolute dog. So I'm going against Chicago. They got Trey Jones out there, Giddey, and a couple other guards that are pretty good. But I think Brunson still gets probably 30. And one thing we know about him is anytime it's in like a tournament or a playoff format where the emotions are high, he plays really good. So I had him going for 28 to 30.
I had him 25 plus with certainty there. I feel like he's definitely going to be able to reach that mark tonight. If that three ball's falling, he's going to cover the 33.5 just with his points going up against this Bulls team. But that's Philly Pick's first official punch on the day. That one is for tonight. So one of his plays for tonight. The other play he's got Colts Steelers over 50.5 points total in the game on Sunday. I believe that is a 1 p.m. kickoff in that game. Steelers are the home team. Colts going to Pittsburgh. Over 50.5. I like it. I think that the Colts offense is going to roll in this game. I do think that the Steelers should be able to put some points up on the board. I think this can very well be like a 28-21 kind of a victory for the Colts. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to stop Jonathan Taylor, especially. So it's really just a matter of if the Colts are going to be how well the Colts defense does. If they have a really good outing and they're kind of limiting the Steelers' run game like some teams have been able to do, and they're able to have the right coverages in the pass game and not give up the deep plays to Jonnu and DK and stuff, then I think that you may look at a sweat there for Philly, but overall I would take this 50.5. What about you, JR?
Yeah, I love it. I didn't really get the deep dive into the game too much. When I was looking at money lines earlier, 2 days ago, I was definitely taking Colts money line. But I mean, I definitely think Colts put up 28 plus in this. So I think we will be right there. And I think Aaron Rodgers, definitely throws a couple touchdowns to put us over the 50.
Yep, I'm with you there. The Colts, obviously, this season have been one of the best teams in the NFL. They have covered the 28 mark in what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of their last 5, 5 of their last 6, 6 out of 7 games this season, they have scored 28 points. So I'd have to go look. I mean, just looking off here, the over is hitting 1 game, 2 games, 3. They've had 4, 5 games where this total has gotten pretty close already. So I think that can pretty much continue on this season. The Steelers have been a bit shaky. I think they started the year off kind of, pretty good. Then they kind of slowed down for a bit, and they finally have picked it back up here in the last 2 weeks. I'm saying that like it's already been the entirety of a season. Literally just every 2 weeks they're playing like a different team. But with how they've looked in the last 2 weeks, though, that offense should be able to put up enough points to get over that 50 mark. I like it. JR, where are you at right now in your overall? We're going to get into NBA tonight specifically, but overall in your weekend of just games and picks, are you looking more into college football? Are you more on the NFL side this week, or are you sticking with the NBA
For today, I definitely was locked in on NBA. For the games this weekend, I did have a parlay that I built, or just some legs that you guys can take as individual, as straight bets. We can do whichever one you prefer first.
All right, let's go the weekend bets.
All right. Props or for team?
Let's go props first. Let's go teams first. I've got a couple teams here. We'll go props after.
All right. May I get that pulled up here?
I know that Philly. So we announced at the beginning of the show, JR, that we're going to be giving out a 3-leg parlay every Friday. That it's going to be the host and co-host, the co-host parlay, basically.
Yeah.
Where each of us are picked we love over the weekend. It's not going to be an official punch to individual records, but basically a 3-leg parlay from each of us giving a pick, and we're going to keep track of the record on that 3-leg every Friday. Basically, kind of just a little bit of fun for all of us to kind of tail each other and give the listeners something to watch out for. Even if it's not something you're betting, you're probably going to remember about it due to the emphasis we put on it each Friday. So we'll be excited to give that out as well. Philly has already given his pick, but we're going to wait here until we've got JR and I's ready to go. And we're going to give that out every Friday. The Ticket Punchers 3-leg.
Yeah,
But looking into the weekend, though, JR, what do you got?
On NFL money lines, the main 3 games that I was looking at was the San Fran game versus the Giants. I think San Fran covers the -2.5. I think, the Giants defense is good, but with losing Scatterboo, I feel like they're going to take a hit to just overall confidence. You got Tracy Jr. back in there, but, he hasn't really been producing since like week 1, I believe. So I think it's hard to deny Christian McCaffrey and those dogs. I think, with Shanahan calling plays, I think that they're going to be able to put up enough offense, and their defense is going to be able to get enough stops. So San Fran -2.5. I was going to take Bengals money line, but with Joe Flacco's AC joint with his shoulder, he said he's good to go today. So I was going to take Bengals money line. They got Chicago -2.5. If Joe plays and he makes it through the whole game, I definitely think Bengals win. But that's not going to be an official for me. But I definitely think the Colts beat the Steelers. I even loved the -3.5. I even took them all the way up to 6 points to cover, just around a touchdown. Lions to cover the point differential over the Vikings, -8.5. I think the Lions are going to blow them out. Offensive man, Wentz just looks like a shell of himself. And then, of course, the juiciest game of the weekend, which is Chiefs over Bills. I'm taking Chiefs -1.5 or the money line. I love all of those.
I like those as well. I'm definitely on the Chiefs as well this weekend. I think they're going to get a win. I have already bet one of my favorite player props on the weekend. We'll go ahead and make this my first official punch of the day here. I've got the Travis Kelce 40-plus receiving yards. I caught it at -158, which isn't the best, but it is for a little bit of an NFL parlay. I've got it 2-leg with the Tyler Shuck 1+ touchdowns thrown. Or 1+ passing touchdowns. Tyler getting his start. They've announced that he's going to be the starter going forward as well. So I do think that they're going to get active. I think that Rams, it's probably easy to overlook the backup getting in and maybe not put an emphasis on the scouting report when you also can't really do that. You don't really know what he's going to look like, if it's going to look like preseason or not. So I think he's going to be able to slip one in, maybe one deep ball, or maybe just one good drive where he finds that intermediate pass into the end zone to one of these receivers or a tight end, Juwan or something like that. So I do like that as well. On the money lines that you've taken, I actually don't have anything different. I'm staying away from a lot of these games. One game that I do like, not an official for me though, I do think that the Patriots are going to cover this 5.5 points, JR. Sunday at 1:00, they've got the Falcons coming up there to town to play. this over-under sitting at 45.5. I mean, I think that's also a little bit too low naturally, but I do think that this Patriots offense has gotten some things clicking here in these last couple of weeks. I think that the Falcons just they have not been impressive to me. I thought they would be better this season. Bijan's been amazing, but outside of that, they really don't do anything that scares me all too much. Drake London not being as consistent as I would really, really like him to be in that offense, but it's kind of hard when you've got a rookie quarterback who's trying to figure things out still. So I'm going to, which I don't even know if he's playing tonight or going to be playing Saturday. I think he is, but I'm on the Patriots as well, -5.5. I do think the Colts get the win pretty comfortably, if I'm being honest, even in Pittsburgh. I know it's not the easiest place to play, but top to bottom, Colts have been much better in every category than the Patriots or than the Steelers this season, in my opinion. And then, I'm with you. Chiefs, Bills, 425, 5-3 Chiefs going up to see the 5-2 Bills. And I know this has been a thing that we've all heard the pundits talk about and the analysts talk about. The Chiefs can't seem to beat the Bills in the regular season, but in the playoffs, they always seem to have their number. I mean, it's a 5-2 Bills team, but they just have been an unimpressive 5-2, if you ask me. I think that looking at how they've lost a couple of games that they have, that, where the offense just isn't really clicking at all. You can't really get anything in the run game. You're not really finding anything in the pass game, and the offensive line is somehow out of nowhere not really holding up. But you didn't see that against the Panthers. But you saw that the week before against the Falcons, and you saw that the week before that against the Patriots on their home field. If you do that against the Chiefs, they're going to be able to take advantage of that, JR.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Mike Vrabel got these boys rolling, and Drake May's locked in. So I think that they definitely cover money line and spread. No problems there. I agree.
All right. And now, finally, before we get into our NBA talk, I do want to give out the Ticket Punchers Friday 3-leg of the week. JR, Philly has already sent in his pick to our Ticket Punchers chat. He says that his pick for the Ticket Punchers 3-leg parlay, the weekend parlay, he's taking Texas money line straight up to get the win. I'm on Texas. I've got Texas -2.5. If I'm being honest with you, I think that they're going to get the win as well. But that's not obviously that's Philly's pick here on the parlay. Before we get to ours, do you like this pick? Do you like excuse me? You like Texas to go in?
Yeah, he actually stole mine. My analysis on it was that on Texas, man, they got about between 11 and 14 NFL prospect players. When you look at Vanderbilt, they probably got a max of 3. With the tight end, one other defensive player, and then Pavia's climbing. But I think on defense, man, they got more. Texas has more talent than a lot of teams, and they're starting to figure it out. I know Manning was dealing with the concussion. I hadn't looked at the injury stuff to see if he's fully cleared or not yet. But if he's good to go, that's even more of the upside. But even with the backup in there, man, I think that they're still gonna get this game. So I'm taking Texas as well. For my official, I like Georgia to cover the 7 against Florida. That's what the line is sitting at. And I also like
NFL prop here for you on the weekend bet.
I mean, I took the money.
I'm surprised.
I took the money lines. The prop bets I feel like have been too easy here lately. So, we can go with something a little bit more spicier, which are the spreads, to see if teams can actually do their job and cover for us.
Yep. And so you have officially on, this isn't our individual records, but this is going to start off the parlay record. You've taken Georgia to cover the +7.5 or -7.5 against Florida, right?
Yep.
All right. Flip. Georgia -7.5 right now. I'm going to get this locked in as well. They are sitting at -104. Really good odds there.
I took it at -7.
The Florida offense could be okay. So you caught -7. All right. Well, we'll
so
take the alternate. The alternate there.
Yeah, alt it down. I think 7. I think it could get dicey once
it might move again too before 3:30 tomorrow.
I think by tomorrow it'll be sitting around 8.5, give or take.
I like it. So that's the 3-leg, or that's the first 2 legs of the 3-leg. I hate to have the first official Ticket Punchers parlay be all college bets, but when I got mine ready, when I got what I really love this weekend, it came to be UNLV, New Mexico at UNLV. UNLV are 4.5-point favorites here. They have been very good at home this season. New Mexico has not been very good on the road this season. I think that this line is honestly just a little bit too low. I do think that UNLV is going to handle business here over New Mexico and continue on being one of the best teams in that conference like they've shown. So that's going to be mine. I'm taking the UNLV minus 4.5. That is going to be the 3 official picks on the Ticket Punchers official 3-leg, the Friday 3-leg. Right there. Get those in. Let's go see what those odds are right now, just so we can get them all together on one and get that placed. I, of course, got to go and find each and one of these games now. Just looking for the Georgia +7 minus 7.5 here. What time was that one? That was the 3:30, right? Yep. And we'll try to get that down to 6. But you can get all 3 of these right at +531. Because we all did pick college football games, you can probably find a boost as well, depending on what you like or what book you use. So that's the official 3-leg parlay for the Ticket Punchers this Friday. We're going to give one of these out every Friday going forward, and we're going to keep track of what the record looks like on these each and every week. So, JR, that does finally bring us here to the NBA or just a night of betting, the Friday night of the what the books look like. And we want to say that means NBA for us. I like the Dodgers tonight. Yamamoto on the mound. I do think they're going to even that series up, make it go to a Game 7 and make it one of those all-time World Series for sure. I mean, obviously that's not something I love. That's just something I like. I like them to bounce back after the way that they've gone down in the last couple games. So that's going to be where I'm at for the World Series. I don't think there's anything else I really want to add. I'm going to stay away from Yamamoto strikeouts just because, there's a chance that he goes 6-7 innings. There's a chance that he finishes the entire game and has like 10 strikeouts. But I do think that with him being able to go longer than most starting pitchers do, and how he looked in that last outing, there's no way he gets pulled before that 6th or 7th inning. And if he's throwing his best stuff again tonight, he's going to keep the Blue Jays runs pretty low. Looking into the NBA tonight, though, JR, I do have one official punch for tonight outside of the Travis Kelce yards on the weekend. The official punch for me tonight, I'm going with Nickeil Alexander 4+ assists. They play the Atlanta Hawks play in Indiana tonight at 7:10 p.m. Nickeil has reached this mark in the one other game that he started this season. No Trae Young tonight. In the last couple of games where Trae Young has been playing, Nickeil's come off the bench and been more of a go-to scorer and has still reached the 3-assist mark. I think with Trae Young being out, he's going to have to play both scorer and facilitator here tonight. I do think he reaches this 4-assist mark pretty easily. And then I'm on Rui Hachimura or over 4.5 rebounds. The take on that one is Rui plays enough minutes against backup units and second units to where I think that Lakers are going to have not a size advantage, but Rui will be one of the bigger players on the court going up against the Grizzlies second unit. I think obviously no Edie right now. Jaren Jackson Jr. has to play pretty heavy. I like Rui's ability to go out there and get 5 rebounds tonight. That's going to be the 2 official punches on tonight for me in the NBA. And then, of course, the Kelce punch for Sunday. What do you like tonight, JR?
Yeah, so we'll start off with a parlay +111. These might move a little bit, but I got Philly +4.5 against the Celtics, -182, and then Cleveland Cavaliers money line. Coming off of that loss, I don't see them dropping 2 in a row, so I think they're going to get this done against Toronto. But those 2 together is +111 if you're looking for a double. My others are my spicy one of the night before I get into the individual player props is players to score within the first 3 minutes. I love this one. This is a +1900 parlay. I love Tyrese Maxey to score in the first 3 minutes, Donovan Mitchell to score in the first 3 minutes, and Jalen Brunson, 3 heavy hitters. So I think this is a solid play here. They'll get to the free throw line or, get a 2 or 3 off very, very quickly, especially in these tournament games. So that's my favorite of the night. That's +1937 with those 3 parlayed. Or, if you want to minimize risk, 33% chance to hit on any of these, you can take one of these single. Maxey's +175, Donovan's +160, and Brunson's +185. So pick your poison there or parlay them together for something spicy. Individual props that I love tonight. I love Peyton Pritchard over 4.5 assists. Currently around -150 as an individual, just to secure some profit. I also love the Laurie Marketing over 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This man has been on a tear here lately. The last 3 games, 38, 68, 39. So I think he's going to shred this. I don't see us having any problems with Laurie. Minus 120 right now. Austin Reeves over 34.5 points and assists. AR-15 needs no explanation. He's been on a tear. That right now, his last 3 games, 60, 46, and 44. I think that we can squeeze 34.5 out of him with ease.
Luka back
I,
tonight, maybe.
yeah, all good. I still think we have to, put up the scoring
Yeah,
power between the
we
two
don't
of
have a
them.
chance of winning
Yeah,
without him.
Luca,
Yeah.
Luca, get his out in the first quarter, most likely 20, 22 points, something like that, and then by halftime, AR will start to wake up and get going. But I expect him to have about 18 to 20 between points and assists by halftime.
Love it. Love it. This is going to wrap us up here on the radio. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all so much for listening. It's been the Ticket Punchers on 96.1 FM, 1450 AM, Big X Sports Radio. Stay tuned if you want to listen on the YouTube, on the X as well. We'll go back for a couple more minutes. But thank you all for listening. We'll be back on Tuesday, 5:30.
Let's punch some tickets.
Go punch some tickets. All right, JR. I believe we covered pretty much everything. We did get Philly in the chat saying, "Let's go, fellas, punch those tickets." My bad, JR, for stealing Texas. Yeah, we did get.
It's a good game. The worst that can happen is Pavia pulls it out again and makes us all look like fools.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with
Yep.
it. But
yeah,
I think that's it. I mean, that's going to wrap us up for me. I got all my official punches out. We pretty much did a whole lot of chatter on each of the days of what we're looking at betting wise. We didn't get into the Lazard guy bet though, unfortunately. We did have a Lazard guy tweet. Let's just give that a quick look. It's him taking the spreads that he likes, and he put the $25 on this with his boost. So this is the one he feels confident in. He likes Rice plus 14.5 as the home team. He likes SMU plus 14.5 as the home team. That's minus 113 and minus 147. He likes Stanford plus 14.5 as the home team at minus 109 going up against Pitt. He likes California plus 7.5 as the home team going up against Virginia at minus 140. And then he likes NC State plus 7.5 at home going up against Georgia Tech at minus 137. So he's alternated all the ACC teams playing at home this week that he likes and take that plus spread, parlay them together. If I'm being honest, I don't know about Rice. I think Memphis is going to cut up on Rice Lazard guy. Outside of the Rice pick, I love the rest. And I'll probably be tailing Lazard guy on these. Yeah, SMU plus 14.5, Stanford plus 14.5. Love both of those. Cal plus 7.5. I think Cal can win outright. I don't think they're going to, but I think they can. And then NC State, I think they can win outright as too. I think that's going to be a close game. I think CJ Bailey has the arm talent and the skill set to go out there and give that Georgia Tech defense a hard day. It's just a matter of making the right decisions and not throwing any turnovers. Whoever wins the turnover battle in Georgia Tech, NC State does win that game, in my opinion. You can say that for most football games, obviously, but I think that game it'll be prevalent.
Is the Louisville linebacker cleared to play or no? Or is he out?
He's practiced. He's listed as out this week, so he won't be back. He'll be back probably the next game.
Good deal. And we play at Virginia Tech, right?
Yeah, 30-30.
Yeah, they got us at 10.5. I was really close to taking it. I definitely know we win, but I was hoping that he was going to be okay to play. But I don't know. The edgy side of me still wants to take the 10.5. I think we win by close to 14 points, give or take. Um, I think we play a lot better on the road. I think we lock in, like, we enter it as a business trip, and we get stuff done. We play a lot better in the first half compared to at home. In the first half, I feel like sometimes we come out a little bit relaxed and teams jump on us. Like at not SMU, but was it Jacksonville State?
Yeah.
Like they come out, punch us in the mouth, and then once Braum gets fired up, then all of a sudden we decide we want to start playing. So on the road, we lock in, first quarters, and then it's just a matter of getting stops. But, that would be my lean, to take the 10.5 for sure. That's my last college one. What else do I like here? Let me look at this last one. I sent you a parlay. I'm driving at the moment, but I sent it to you on X. That's what my favorite parlay of the night is.
Oh, I see it here. You've got, the Peyton Pritchard over 4.5 assists, Pascal Siakam over 13.5 rebounds and assists. I love that play tonight. As there's no Trae Young, I think that game is going to be a really, really back and forth game. Evan Mobley over 3.5 assists. It could be a little bit sweaty, but he's been right there every game, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah, he's been getting double teamed a lot, so I feel like that's what his line would be tonight. I feel like they're going to.
Paul Towns over 22.5. I love that. You just got to worry about him not being a punk.
Yeah, that's always the case, but I feel like every 3 games he shows up and he's himself.
Yeah, I hate when someone has a skill set to go out there and do it every fucking game and they don't.
Yeah. I mean, if you've been following the media, he's been, giving a lot of lip about Mike Brown's offense and how they're not utilizing him properly. And, he's used to being the hub, kind of like how AD is ran as a hub, Jokic just ran as a hub. And, he kind of feels like Brunson is getting the ultra green light and Brown is trying to, change his game a little bit. So it's change at the end of the day, but as long as you win games, that's all that matters. But I do think he needs to take better shots. Him shooting all those threes is not always the best option. But when he's activated, and he's pounding and turning his back to the basket and operating in the low post, that's where he's the most effective. But a lot of people don't realize how good of a passer he is too. So it could be used in different ways, which I think Mike Brown's just challenging him to, adapt, because in the playoffs, teams are going to try to take you away and, what you like to do. So if we resort back to that, then that's okay. But right now, let's work on other parts and run a different offense compared to just giving Brunson the ball or you shooting threes.
Yeah. Yeah. With you on there. Yeah. And then you had, that was it. Yeah. That's just a 4-leg with the 50% on it. I like all of those, man. I'm going to see if I can catch those with similar odds before it's too late. But this is going to wrap us up here. Thank you all to our live viewers as well. I keep forgetting to retweet the show live from my personal account, so we're not getting the live viewers to the rate that we should, but we are getting them on the replay, which, we'll take it how we can get it for sure. So I'll just give that a nice little repost, get it on people's feeds. And JR, we're going to chat with you here on Tuesday. I don't think we're going to be able to, maybe Monday evening, we can maybe get a little 30-minute before Monday Night Football if maybe it all allows for us. We're going to try to make something happen on the Mondays, but this is to wrap us up unless you got anything else you want to add, JR.
No, make sure everybody follows the ticket_punchers X account, aka Twitter. I still call it Twitter. But, I'll push out some plays on there, and then I'm going to be posting all of our records once we add up all the tallies. I know mine overall, I'm still in the 72, 73 percentile for win percentage. So if you're taking my straight bets, that's a good probability that you'll make some money. Out of the last 4 or 5 nights, I've only missed 1 leg out of 5+ props each night. So, we've parlayed them. We've missed by 1 and then 1 again and then 2 last night. But, we're 1 prop away from cashing, decent parlays, but also on the straights. If you're just trying to build bankroll, those are the best plays to follow right now. And that's all I got. Let's punch some tickets.
All right, let's go get it. Let's go punch them.
All right. Be safe.
All right, see ya.